when they came out ready to play, and we didn't handle it very well. I was most concerned coming into the game about our ability to keep our composure, and we hit a buzzsaw, and we made a ton of mistakes early that put us in a hole. And then every time we felt like we were inching back, we wouldn't play well. At the end of the day, we didn't tackle very well. When they can run the ball the way they did, you're not going to beat anybody. And of course, we didn't run the ball. I mean, we didn't get a yard hardly running the ball. And when we lost Justin, and that obviously hurt. So I told the team, though, if you're going to compete for championships, you're going to have to get scars on you. And I've been saying this all, season, that we don't have any scars on us. And we got plenty of them today, and it's good because we need them. We didn't handle the environment very well. We didn't handle the fact that when Justin went down very well, just emotionally. And we made a ton of mistakes. And so hopefully this game will be a lesson for us in the future, next time we get in this situation. We'll find out when he gets his MRI, but there's no indication that it's, okay. Well, it was clear. It was a break in your spirit when you saw it happen. The whole team sees it happen. And, you got to move on. It's part of it. I could tell right when he went down, when I saw Tyler walk over there and the whole offense looking, it's an effect. And you got to come out of it. You got to play out of it because it's part of the game. And it's very unfortunate, but that's the way it is. And then we had to play left-handed the rest of the game. Well, there were a lot of times, we were in position and they just ran around us and outran us. And we did a real poor job in pass coverage. And we knew, they did exactly what we thought they would do because they're good coaches. They're going to give them the ball, get them in space, and, they drop it down and we lose them. And we had nobody else that could rally and catch him. So they're really good players. Rainey's a great player and they do a good job of using him the right way.
Derek, with James struggling a little bit at center, do you think it got mental at some point with him? Or?
Yeah, I think it got mental with our whole football team. That was my whole opening about that. We didn't keep our composure in a lot of situations. And every time we'd inch back, we'd kind of lose it again. And there were a couple of series we couldn't even snap the ball. They were timing up their blitzes on his head knob, and we're trying to change it up, and he's not. And so it's scar. He had to get some scars on him. He hadn't been in that situation. So where he's the guy and it's a tight game and he's got to deliver the ball and he's got to pick up a blitz, it's going to come with experience. Probably shouldn't have done it. Looking back, that was one of those gray areas where, you're cutting it from, you're guaranteed 16, cut it to 15. You got to get 2 points anyway. That's one of those, if it's late, you do it. I was worried about our ability to stop it. I didn't know how many possessions we were going to get, so that's why I did it. But it kind of went against what I believe.
You compliment Brian a lot for being just kind of relaxed and cool. It seemed, at least from as far away as we were, more visibly frustrated. Did you see that?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. He got frustrated a few times, but it's just because he's a competitor. And, we weren't having the success that we needed. They were doing a good job of controlling the ball, so we didn't get a lot of possessions early on. Had some negative yardage rushing plays. We go out there and run the ball twice and get negative yards, and now we got 3rd and a mile and can't convert. It gets frustrating. So I'm sure he did, but I give him a lot of credit because he kept playing. And we inched back. We're sitting there at a 10-point game, and we just got to get a stop. And we get the ball back, and we can't stop them. And they drive down and, go on a 6-minute drive and kick a field goal. So,
Derek, the pass to Derek right before half that got taken away, you seem to argue pretty strongly on it. What was your message to the officials? What did you think should have?
Well, the debate was whether he got pushed out of bounds or not. So if you get pushed out of bounds and come back in, it's okay. If you run out of bounds without getting pushed, then it's illegal. It's illegal touching. That was what the issue was. Yeah, again, lost our composure. You know, something we worked on all week. We knew what they were going to do there, and we just kind of went rat trap. Some new guys out there on the punt team, and we didn't execute what we do. And you know, I started seeing it. I probably should have called a timeout, but you know, we couldn't get it in time, and so that was disappointing. And they did a good job. They executed it well. That's their playmaker. He's done it for them in a lot of games, and you know, we thought we were prepared for it, but we obviously weren't prepared enough. And that was kind of a microcosm of some of the things that happened out there. And it just so happens when you make a bad mistake on the punt unit, it's a devastating blow. But I'll tell you, the defense did a good job. They came out and made a stop. So we held them to 3 points. You know, that whole second quarter, our kicking game was killing us. Couldn't punt the ball. We got blocked. I mean, we couldn't do anything. We had an illegal wedge call, which, I mean, that was a new one on me, and that put us in the hole. So they were playing on our half of the field the whole second quarter, and we hung in there. Yeah, we were fine. We get the ball and we throw a pick the first play, you know, and then we got, you know, I said we can't get out flanked. We have two guys outside of Rainey, and he runs right around both of them, and you know, so, and we get a face mask on that next drive. You know, a lot of penalties, mistakes. We got a face mask on the, you know, when we cut it to 10. I mean, we got them, and they're going to run the ball. They're in 4-minute mode. We cut it to 10. We're going to use our timeouts, and we get a face mask. You know, so.
Coach, you switched back to the shotgun in the second half and played in the first half. It seemed like you just basically gave up on the run game, looked like last year. Are you concerned that you might have to do that with Tyler more this season? I mean,
well, if we do, we won't win many games. You know, we probably did, but you know, it's hard to justify running the ball when you're down 3 scores and every run you make has barely gotten to the line of scrimmage. So it gets hard. You know, I don't know what to, you know, if you just run it up in there 100 times, you know, then you say, why didn't y'all throw it?
Does that make Tyler's performance still more impressive because everybody knows what's coming, right?
Well, and you know, and he didn't have his guy out there either, 11. And you know, it's not, you weren't prepared for it. You know, it's not like everybody had to kind of change a little bit in a lot of the plays you had for him. Where were we on third down? 4 out of 12, you know. You know, you catch 3 more and you're over 50-something%. You're doing pretty good.
Along those lines, and you were talking about scarring, does this scarring make Tyler a better player down the road?
I hope it makes everybody. I do. And I think it does. I mean, when you get in there and you get hit and it's crowd, next time we have a crowd noise going on third down, maybe we can handle it better. And, you know, there's a lot of things that you have to evolve to. I mean, they were doing a good job of timing up their blitzes, and that got our O-line affected. And there's a lot of mechanisms you can use on offense to help yourself, but, you know, we're just not there yet to be able to, you know, we got to keep pushing them and keep progressing schematically, especially if you get in a shotgun, you're going to do all that stuff. You got to have some of the answers.
You said the team reacted when Justin Hunter went down. What was your reaction? I mean, you said you had to play the whole game left-handed. It changed everything, right?
Well, it's, you know, first of all, you hate it for the kid. I mean, it just makes you sick when you see it because you know probably what happened, and then of course you hate it for the team, you know. And I mean, it's an energy zapper. But then you got to say, hey, man, we got 4 quarters of football here. We have time to sulk.
Talk about the Anthony performance. I mean, you know, having not played.
Yeah, it was good to get him out there, and he's going to have to play a lot now. He got 8 catches. You know, a bunch of little short stuff, and so he's going to have to grow up. Vincent Dowell's going to have to grow up.
But you were concerned about the line all week. You think,
Yeah, y'all see why.
you think that the pressure was more a result of, you know, just your offensive line doing the job done, or did they able to get their ears back?
No, our line was working, but I thought the things that started getting us was some of the pressure. And, you know, we didn't have, I mean, you know, some of our blitz control a lot where's 11 when they're bringing the heat. And so now we have different guys in there that you got to throw to, different targets. I think where we got affected, in that second half there, when they were jumping around and we were in the gun, and James bothered him a little bit. I don't know. We'll look at the film. I don't think the pressure was disastrous. We threw 48 passes and gave up 3 sacks. Sacks aren't everything, but listen, I knew that was going to be the issue. I told you guys all week, if our 5 can't block their 4, we're not going to win the game. And that's what happened. We couldn't run the ball to keep the pass rush in check, and then, that's what happened. It's tough. Those guys are good up front.
When you go down that many points on the road, SEC game, you put a lot into this week. You learn something about the character, resolve of your guys that they certainly impact.
Yeah, I was proud of them for that, and and I told them, there's no moral victories, but there's something to the way we kept playing and kept fighting. There was a lot of reasons to stick your head down and say, "Phew, this isn't our day." And it happened a couple of times in the first half, and then of course when they drop it down, and Rainey looks like he's in the Olympics, and everybody's chasing him. That was a dagger. We were playing field position. I think it was a 2-score game then, wasn't it? Was it a 2-score? Christ, drop it down 5 yards and it just looks like a cannon. And we don't play the coverage right. We have a missed assignment. And then, when we don't have the assignment right, nobody else can catch it. It's disappointing.
Can you talk about losing Marlon, I guess, over time?
Well, I don't know the answer to that. We weren't really using the mobile. We were rolling them, but we weren't getting a lot of production, so we were trying some different stuff. Any others?